Hey everybody, Stephanie from Coaching Horizons International Radio, and today I am interviewing Shane Jones, a singer-songwriter. So Shane, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your story?
Yeah. My name is Shugga Shane Jones from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I am a country singer-songwriter. I been doing music 10 years yesterday. 2 months after my late father passed, I started my music career February 12th of 2014. And it's an amazing opportunity to be on the show and get to expand my fan base.
And what musicians have influenced you?
Oh wow! From let's see, from the great legends of Keith Whitley to Brantley Gilbert to the late great Toby Keith, rest in peace, to King and George Strait. Those artists have impacted my childhood dream to do exactly what I love doing.
Very nice. And do you write mostly country, or do you write other genres of music too?
Over the last 7 years of me doing music, it's been mostly country. But going forward, because you have your Jelly Roll, you have your Brantley Gilberts, your Jason Aldeans, all expanding into different genres of mixing with country. So it's inevitable how people are trying to merge left and right into the genre of country. It's and honestly, anyone that does any other type of genre can be a successful country artist because country music has so much to offer. It's not diverse into one category. You have your R&B country artists, your pop country artists, and yes, it's not exactly what people always want to hear. A lot of people who categorize it real country don't like the Jelly Rolls and the Brantley Gilberts, and that's okay. A lot of people did not like Travis Tritt, and a lot of people did not like Hank Williams Jr. because his music was different from his father's. So, that's being just one-sided. After all these years, I've noticed that it needs to change.
Sounds great. And what is your creative process like?
My creative process is an 80 an 80s and 90s country style mixed with today's country. As I just mentioned, it gives off a better focus on what the world sees today. Um, 20, 30 years ago, people did not think that country could expand like it has, but it has. So my creative process of writing is taking a love ballad and making it more pop, but also keeping my roots because I am a 90s baby.
Thank you. So I'm going to play one of your songs now, Proud of Me. Would you like to share a little bit about it?
Absolutely. As I mentioned, I've been doing music for 10 years. And 2 months before I started this dream, I came to my best friend on UTC campus in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I said, let's start a band. So 5 semesters in a row, we started this dream that he did not, he did not go down that path with me as a band or slash duo. But when I co-wrote "Proud of Me" a few years ago about my late father, I was in constant pain mentally. I was constantly wondering, is he really proud of me? I was doubting myself. But instead of saying, is my dad proud of me, I should have probably said, am I proud of me? Because I think that's the question I was really asking. Proud of Me went on to go #1 on the independent charts in Calgary, Canada, on the KB Radio Top 25 in January of 23. And it became my 6th overall Josie Music Award nomination for Songwriting Achievement. So, co-written by Dylan Johnson and I. Dylan, he cut this song and he did it phenomenal. Phenomenal job.
No matter what I went through,
is it playing?
You were always right there by my side. From my first steps to my first broken heart, to teaching me how to drive your car. Hope you're proud of me today. This I pray every single day. I look up at the stars in the sky and I see your wondrous light. I look at the mirror and I see the man you always wanted me to be. I hope you're proud of me. I can't believe it's been 8 years since I held your hand, held back the tears. There's not a day that goes by that I don't miss your smiling face. I was blessed with your loving embrace. I hope you're proud of me today. This I pray every single day. I look up at the stars in the sky and I see your wondrous light. Look in the mirror and see the man you always wanted me to be. I hope you're proud of me. I wish you were here to comfort me. I'm I hope you're proud of me today. This I pray every single day. I look up at the stars in the sky. I see your wondrous light. I see the man in the mirror, the man that you always wanted me to be. I hope you're proud of me. Hope you're proud of me.
I really like that. You have such a nice voice.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Shane, what have been some of your challenges in the music industry? And as a songwriter?
When I first started, it was really getting the co-writes. It's not so much now that I'm an established artist, songwriter, multiple nominated artist with a #1 song as a songwriter. It's more of the courage to do it. The more that I wrote songs, the more comfortable I became with it. It's basically with anything in life that you do. The more you do it, the more comfortable you are with it. The challenge is, like I said, the co-writes early on, but mainly the okay. Hold on a second. Is it okay if my manager steps in now, or
Say that again?
is it okay if my manager comes on now, or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna try to call her on Messenger real quick. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. She could try. Try to come on.
Oh, come on. Hey. Can you hear me?
Hey.
Hey, I'm doing the interview now.
Here?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Mary Anderson, and Mary,
Hi.
this is.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
Good. A little staticky, but doing well.
Say that again. Sorry, I'm hard of hearing.
Hold on, let me put my ears in. I apologize.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you?
Do you have music in the background playing?
Yes, I do. Can you hear that? My goodness, I thought to turn it down.
That's all right.
Go for it.
Okay. Yes, this is Mary Anderson. She is my manager.
Nice to meet you. How long have you been working together?
Not that long.
Not that long now.
I would say
a couple of weeks.
It's almost been a month.
Almost a month, yeah.
Almost a month, yes.
She is going to help with the business stuff, and see, that's what I've lacked with the question you just asked me with the what challenges I have had. When I first started this, I didn't know exactly what I was doing. All I know is I had a dream and I rode with it. But it didn't matter how many times I went to Nashville. It didn't matter how many times, I did all that. I still lacked the knowledge of the business because I just didn't know how to do it because people didn't know who I was. You can have a dream all day long and still lack the knowledge of perfecting that dream.
Yeah, to kind of jump in there for Shugga, when he came to me, there's certain things that artists, if you don't do your research and nobody teaches you, that the industry, they don't teach you if you're an independent artist. And a lot of that happens to do with having somebody on your side that can say, hey, Shugga, this is how you register a song. This is how you reach out properly. These are the contacts you need. So a lot of that I brought in for him, and it has made like a really big difference, especially reaching out, doing collaborations, and getting his songs where they need to be. I know we have all heard a lot of talk about like BMI, ASCAP, why your song needs to be registered. There's certain aspects of why we need to register your songs, your music correctly. And that happens to do with royalties. And what a lot of people don't know, a lot of independent artists may not know out there. And you can be seasoned. You can not know a lot of this. You have to register things properly. You have to do things properly. You have to have all your ducks in a row. And when you're songwriting with somebody, you have to make sure all of their ducks are in a row too, or you're collaborating with them. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're not going to get your royalties. Your music's not going to get out there properly, even with just distribution, promo. If you don't know the right things to do, and again, this comes with experience, and you can have a lot of experience and still not know some of this stuff, and it is totally okay. It is okay that you don't know this. That's where I come in, and a good manager should come in and say, this is the steps you need to take to get your music out there. And we went over the steps, right? How do you feel? I'm sorry, I'm kind of taking over your interview.
No, it's all right. I know. That's what.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel great because at the end of the day, she's right. You don't want to be having a dream and go through all these extra steps, have dozens of songs, and have all this high potential for them, and you get screwed over because you don't have the proper manager or the proper people on your team to say, hey, this is how it's supposed to be legally. So,
what do you wish you had known when you were first starting out?
When I first started, I tried to get like really big artists to support a dream that I had, because I started out doing a breast cancer awareness t-shirt campaign, because that was one of my favorite organizations to support. But at the same time, who am I? And when you don't have your first song on the radio, when I didn't even know how to write my first song. I started out doing poetry in grade school and just got right back into it when I started. And then years later, I was in the Josie Music Awards magazine, and it definitely helped with all of the pressure, all of the naysayers, all of the people that said no to me, where the people that said yes made a difference. They took me under their wing. People like Mary, people like Dylan Johnson, people like all these artists that I've co-wrote with over the years. It's impacted me to be a better songwriter.
Thank you for sharing. And you mentioned the award nominations. What else do you feel has been your biggest accomplishment so far?
In 10 years, my biggest accomplishments, like I've said, proud of me being my 6th overall Josie Music Award nomination. And being nominated is one thing, but winning would be something that could change your entire career. But it's not about winning. It's not about being nominated. It's about the fans. It's about having your story heard. And after Proud of Me went number 1, I had over a half a dozen fans all over the country tell me, "Hey, this song impacted me." I had one in particular that said her father died of cancer, and we talked about it, and I, of course, got her permission if I could share that. And with that, if I never won an award, if I never, get nominated for another song, that means the world to me.
So it makes you happy and you're pursuing what you love, and that's what matters. Yeah.
Of course, yes.
So can you explain to us what the Josie Music Awards are? I never heard of them before.
So they are the world's largest independent award show, covering almost every genre in music, and every year they bring in over. I think last year they did over 40,000 nominations, and when you're nominated for that, it humbles you because there's so many artists through other labels that are working over 300 shows a year.
Wow.
And whether we, make those numbers of shows or even a couple hundred, independent artists have a better take on the industry simply because a lot of us use our day jobs to fund our careers. I know with mine, when I first started, I didn't have a job. I was basically, without the knowledge of playing guitar, I was like Bobby in Travis Tritt's song, "I'm Gonna Be Somebody." because those people told me to get a job and I refused, because going back to what I said earlier, I thought that this would be easy. I thought this would be one of those things where it would just come to me. And I didn't think it would be overnight success, but I thought it would be easier than it has been. But it doesn't matter the challenges that come. This is an amazing ride of a journey.
What do you think?
I'm gonna jump in there, Shug.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Reiterate what you're saying. The Josie Music Awards. This will be my second year going.
Yeah.
I was invited last year, and then back again this year. So this year, the Josie Music Awards is being held for their 10th annual Josie Music Awards. So it's usually held at the Grand Ole Opry, but I think they're holding it because it's the 10th year at the Music Hall of Fame in Nashville, Tennessee. And the Josie Music Awards, they do a lot of different things for independent music in all forms. So they honor vocalists and performers and songwriters, and they do what they call musicianship, entertainers and songs and albums and music videos and industry music professionals like myself. And there's panel judges that judges everything, and they are in the music world. And I believe, let's see, who is this started by? It was started by a mother and daughter. And do you know anything about them, Shug?
I know that I think Josie started when she was 12, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's so cool to be, I've heard her a few of her songs, and she could have done exactly what we're doing, but she decided to say, hey, I want to help people. And that's exactly what her and her mom have done the last 10 plus years.
What do you think?
Okay, so it's Josie, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, Pastiano Boone, and her mom, Tina Marie Passiantino. And they host it every year.
Yeah.
Last year, I believe, Deborah Allen, she won the Lifetime Achievement. There was also a humanitarian award. And we know quite a few people, being shook from the Josies. It's kind of funny. We're like a big family. And every time we see each other, we're like, hey, running up and hugging each other. And it's really cool. It's a really cool award show.
Yeah. Stephanie, what were you going to say?
Well, thank you for sharing. But Shane, what do you think has helped you become successful so far?
What's helped me become successful is my creativity when it comes to songwriting. I practice listening to a lot of my favorite songs as I'm heading to work, and I listen to music almost every single day, different genres of country, whether it's 80s and 90s country or today's country. I get to my mind starts to wonder, and like, what would happen if I mixed, George Strait with, Brantley Gilbert, and wrote my own song based off of those two styles. And when I do that, I come up with my own unique way of writing, and my fans just are incredibly supportive with everything that's written, everything that's done. They have had my back since day one. And reinventing, recreating my brand 3 times over the years has been very frustrating. But it also taught me how to stay humble even in times where I wanted to give up. I threatened to give up so many times to where, is this really what I want to do? And when I want to give up, the fans have started a support system for me. And yes, I'm still grieving through my dad's death, but I feel like that through music, I'm not only helping myself, but I get to help others as well relate to songs as powerful, as proud of me. And I think that's why I ultimately started this dream, this passion.
Thank you. What's coming up for you in the future?
This is my favorite part here. So 2024 is all about the fans, and I know a lot of people don't want to make it, and for some, I don't get why a lot of people don't make it more about the fans, because they are the ones that are sharing, commenting, liking, coming to the shows, traveling hundreds, if not thousands of miles, for all these tickets to see us. And whether we're playing at a bar or opening up for an artist at a 50,000 people venue, us artists, big or small, that's what they came to see. That's who they came to see. And 2024 is about the fans, collaborations, a more high off of 2023 to recreate a better relationship with the fans. That's why the EP that I'm releasing spring summer is called Music Redemption 2.0, New Beginnings. A year and a half ago, I had to recreate my branding for the 3rd time, and I was in that dark place again in my life to where I wanted to give up, but the fans refused to let me give up, and I refused to give up. So over the last near year and a half, I have been writing a lot. I've been writing with a lot of people that have the same goals that I have. And I've actually written a few songs on my own to where I'm getting better as a songwriter. And but the music journey that is 10 years, it doesn't matter how many times you have to restart. It's the fact that you did it. It's the fact that that you get to do it, because I don't think the late great Toby Keith thought he would be doing music for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I would be doing it 10 years.
Mm-hmm. But it does.
I want to add something. She tells me all the time, or I tell him all the time, music's a journey. And you're living that journey through your life, through your songs. Everybody gets to know you. And it doesn't matter if it's one day, 20 years. And again, I'm sure Toby Keith would tell you, a lot of his songs are written from experience or experience from others. And somebody in the music industry gave me some good advice. I don't have permission to mention his name, but he said, Mary, he said, get your circle tight and small and keep it that way. And those are the people you're going to come back to again and again and again. Those are going to be your support system. And I said, okay, well, I'll relay that to my artists. And I always have. And I said, you can bring people in and collaborate every now and then, but you're going to be going back to the same group of people. And I think that Shug finds that to be true. And there are some people that will take you in on their circles and make you a part of their family. And I think that's what's so great about music, especially country music, but music in general, whether that's rap, whatever. I have a lot of artists in different genres, and I find that advice to be the truest.
Going back to what she just said, take Jelly Roll for example. I've been listening to him for years before he even blew up on the scene, and he's a perfect example. It doesn't matter what type of genre you do. It's the impacting people, and he has done that multiple times in his career. And when you have a background that he has had, and you inspire people, no matter what your background is, that changes you, and it changes you for the best, for the better. And at the end of the day, people can say, well, this X, Y, and Z song inspired me. Songs like iconic songs that have been around for 30 years, like Go Rest High on That Mountain. That was my dad's funeral song. And it was written for a purpose, not knowing that decades later it would become one of the all-time great country songs of all time. And it would be a phenomenon for funerals around the world.
Music has a way of inspiring.
Talked about this.
Hold on, Stephanie.
I'm sorry, honey. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My phone. I apologize.
Mary, go ahead.
You and I have talked about this. When my dad died when I was 11, I've been in music for a long time. He was my inspiration in music. When he died, they played that at his funeral. Vince Gill was really young, just coming out with that song back
then. Go ahead,
Thank
Stephanie.
you for sharing. I was just going to say that music inspires us. It could be a little piece of the instrumentals, it could be the lyrics, but it leaves us a profound impact. And that's why we have to keep writing music and keep generating new songs, because we need it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Shane, two final questions. Is there any advice that you would like to give to new artists, and is there anything else that you would like to add?
Yes. When you have a dream such as writing poetry that turns into music, or being a business person, anything that you do in life takes time, it takes money, it takes a team. And you could do it by yourself, but at the end of the day, it's almost impossible because you need people around you to help guide you and say, hey, you did this. Mm-hmm. And being a songwriter is no different. A lot of people like to write on their own, and the ones that want to collaborate with people always have fun, always have a team around you that can help protect you and guide you throughout your journey. Respect the advice that you get. John Michael Montgomery said it best. Life's a dance, you learn as you go. And I'm living testimony of that because each day I'm learning something new. There are some things you can, some things you can't do in the business, and some things you have to learn as an individual. A lot of people get it confused that you have to do things on your own. You never have to go through anything on your own unless you really want to. Always have fun. Take care of yourself, and that's the main thing that a lot of people, especially me, still have to learn. That if you need to take a step back, do that. But always remember that, especially if you're doing music, that you take your fans with you. It doesn't matter if you're getting married, brand new house, new family. Us fans want to know that. There are artists that I haven't heard from in 11 years and wondering where they went. And when they come back on the scene, it's like, wow, I haven't heard from you in over a decade, but I'm still your fan because you made an impact on a song. It didn't have to reach number one. It didn't have to be a big hit. It just had to impact the right person. And you could throw away a great song on paper, or say this isn't any good, and demo it, and next thing you know, it's a top 10 hit. It's a fire burner for a iconic career that changes your entire life. And as we discussed, it's all about one song. It takes one song to take your career to bigger heights, bigger levels. Just find that right song or songs, get you a team around you, and shoot for the stars. And that's how I started. I started not knowing what in the world I was doing, and now I feel like I'm on the top of the world. I feel like that I won the biggest music award there ever was, and haven't won anything of that sort. But it's not about winning or losing. It's about the knowledge. It's about the fans. It's about the people who you're trying to reach out to. It's about building relationships.
Okay.
Yeah. Mary, do you want to add anything?
Yeah. You know, when you're in the music business, it is all relationships and building them professionally and over time and doing collaborations and showing up at shows for your buddies or somebody with, supporting them in one way. And with your fans, anytime I tell my artists, anytime you're out, I want you to go with your fans. If you're at a restaurant, go shake some hands, take some pictures. That you're building that brand, you're building that image, you're building those fans, and post it and say thank you so much for supporting me. It only takes that amount to help you, and people appreciate it, and people are like, oh my goodness, he gave me a shout out, or thank you so much for supporting me back. And those are things that we all do together to support each other as a community. And I really do support that. I support my artists wherever they go.
I think, is there anything else that you both would like to add?
All I want to say is thank you, fans, for believing in a childhood dream that emerged to 10 years, because when I didn't believe in myself all the time, you helped support a dream that almost never was. And yeah.
Happy to help. Did your manager want to say anything before she leaves?
You know, I just want to thank you so much for this interview, and thank you to Shane. He has worked so hard to get where he's at, and we thank you for supporting him and doing this interview.
You're welcome. Thank you both for being here. As for everyone, the interview will be on the radio station tonight at 7 p.m. It will also be on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. And I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your day, and we will speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.